Hey everyone, welcome to the GettingDaStop podcast. My name is Derek. I'm with my buddy Saspin here. Um, Apologies for the hiatus that we kind of took. I know I personally was enjoying the Yankees postseason baseball run, and I was enjoying their World Series appearance. And I know my buddy Saspin over here enjoyed the Dodgers winning, and
Yippee!
he sure as shit let me know that he
Immediately,
enjoyed it.
frame one. Said you have
Yeah.
your response to the picture was so funny. Made
I
my
almost
day.
teleported to your I almost teleported to your home and strangled you.
I wouldn't
I
blame
I
you.
was gonna I was gonna be in your walls on site.
It was a good game though. The way we won is beautiful.
Yeah. You didn't the Dodgers didn't win. Freddie Freeman won.
Yeah, because he's
Let's
the goat. He's the best.
let's not get it twisted. You know what? He's the GOAT to a pitch middle in. That's all we threw him. And he hit 4 home runs and 1 bases clearing double on a middle in pitch every time. Oh my god, I was so fucking pissed off. Anyway, this is not a baseball podcast. We have a lot to catch up on. A lot of things that we want to talk about. I know on the agenda we're going to talk about the NFC East. That's a little close to home for us because once again we're both Giants fans, but we talk about every team here. So we're gonna talk about the NFC East, the outlook there. We're gonna talk about offensive rookie of the year outlook. We're gonna go through the top 5 or 6 or so players that are on the betting odds. We're gonna go over some of the trade deadline moves. Trade deadline was November 5th, which I personally didn't even realize that the deadline had already happened, but we're gonna go over those. And then let's see. Did I miss anything else? Deadline, rookie of the year watch, NFC East. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much good. I guess we'll just have like an outlook over the overall standings. We can maybe do a game rundown or something, some predictees for this week. So yeah, Jasmine, how are you? Tell us a little bit about how you're doing.
I'm all right. Won't lie. Last Saturday, I thought we were gonna do it, and then I had a really bad cold, so I slept all day after work. And yeah,
Mm,
because I came
yeah, I
home at
was gonna.
like early. I came home at like 8:30, and then I just slept because I just could
Oh,
not do anything.
that would have been so premiere to get a podcast recorded nice and early, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Glad you're feeling better.
Yippee.
So let's go over the let's talk about a little bit about one of the biggest surprises that's happening in the NFL right now, and that is the um Washington Commanders and the NFC East. Jane Daniels revitalized the franchise, turned them into an absolute contender, turned the Commanders into buyers at the deadline, right? They bought. Did they buy? Oh no, they didn't buy. Maybe not.
They did. They traded for Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, that's right, Marshawn Lattimore. That's right. Yeah, totally. Turned them into buyers. They're a legitimate threat. They're one of the best teams in the NFL right now, or at least in the NFC. So I mean, I don't think they're as good as any teams in the AFC, but they're really good in the NFC. Um Eagles, they're still in there. I know that they underperformed against the Falcons, but it is what it is. They'll still think they're a really good contender. We have Cowboys news involving Dak Prescott. We'll get into that a little bit more. And the Giants are, the meme Saspin where it's like the 5 special ops guys all peeking a corner,
Oh,
and then
the
you have the
fucking
one
clown.
clown.
We're
That's
the
the
clown.
Giants. That's the Giants in the NFC East right now. Although, you know what, the Cowboys are 3-5. So you know what, maybe there's room for another clown, but the Giants will always be the clown, at least until we get inbred Jones off our team. So what are your thoughts on the NFC East? What do you think? What do you think about this Commanders team?
Commanders specifically, I think,
I mean, they're the biggest surprise.
yeah, they kind of remind me of like the Texans last year, where they have a lot of young people, but they
Mm.
brought in the right talent to help support them. I just think they might win one playoff game depending on who they play in the wild card. Because I think the Eagles might end up passing them up, especially if they win. Because they play since they didn't play any division teams in the beginning, they have the 2 games with the Commanders later in the year, so the stakes are going to be a lot higher. And if the Eagles coach Sirianni isn't a dumbass, then they should be fine and they should beat them. But there's no counting him out of losing them a game. So I guess we'll see when they play them later in the year.
Yeah, I think that was a very interesting era when everyone thought Nick Sirianni was like a good coach. Remember like that very short like one season span where everyone thought he was like a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, and then he
And then
should have
the
won
Eagles
Coach of the Year, and they're like, "Oh, he should have won Coach of the Year. He did so well."
yeah,
And then they
and then the
collapsed
Eagles
next year
imploded.
horribly. It was so funny. He's such a
Hey,
bad coach. He's so annoying. I hate him.
you know what? Would you be able to introspectively turn that viewpoint onto the Giants, and would you be able to say that about Brian Dable? Because he won Coach of the Year, and then we all know what happened after that. So would you be able to say the same thing about Brian Dable?
I don't know why we suck. I kind of just given up. I don't think it's a coaching problem. I just think it has to be something internally. Like I don't
How
know
about this
where it
Deon?
starts, but I don't know.
How about that Deontay Banks effort? What's going on with that?
Makes me want to kill myself. It
What
really
what
does.
what what's with the
I
lack of effort?
It's so sad. He was looked so good year one. Like he had such great numbers against number one receivers, and like every time I watch him, he just seems like a liability now. I don't even want him on
And
the
and
field.
and then there was that post game interview, or not post game, but maybe it was at like a practice where they asked Dexter Lawrence about some guys not putting in effort, and he was just like, "Yeah, you'll never see that again, trust me." And then we saw it again. Then we literally saw it again. So there could be locker room problems going on with the Giants, particularly with the defense.
I think it's mostly
And
because
I
we
don't
lost Xavier McKinney, just because he was a great leader in the locker room, and it kind of shows, especially with the Packers defense looking so great with him in it, and it makes me happy but sad because I miss him.
didn't didn't X have like an interception in like the first 5 games of the season or something?
6 for 6.
First 6 games of the season. That is unbelievable, man.
He's slowed down, but he's still like locked down. It's insane.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I think you're spot on when you compare Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. What CJ Stroud did with the Texans just completely took a franchise that was, I mean, for all intents and purposes, a franchise that was worse than the Giants,
Yeah, because we beat him
which
every year,
we
like
beat
almost two
them. I mean,
times.
and the thing is, the Giants have been so bad for so many years, but the Commanders have consistently, and Washington in general. Need I remind everyone that no team has owned another team as much as the Giants have owned the franchise in Washington. So almost consistently, year in and year out, the Commanders have been circled for an easy W. And so this is a team that's been terrible a lot, especially in recent years. And then you take a guy like Jaden Daniels, who I think a lot of people expected to have a better year than Caleb Williams. I don't think the Bears made the wrong choice going with Caleb Williams, because even if you have hunches about certain players, oh man, what if, oh, I kind of like Jaden Daniels more. I like this attribute about Jaden Daniels. I don't think it would have been regarded as sane to choose Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams simply because of the raw talent that Caleb Williams has. So I don't think the Bears made the wrong choice. But maybe in years to come, we'll find out that Jaden Daniels would have been the better choice for them. He certainly seems as though he's doing well now, considering the Bears are 4-4, but they have a lot of problems going on in that team as well. Um, Continuing with the outlook in the NFC East, it was just reported today, technically yesterday. We're recording this 20 minutes past midnight on Sunday, the 10th of November. So technically yesterday, the 9th, it was reported that Dak Prescott will undergo season-ending hamstring surgery. And this is a team that's already 3-5, and a team that actually bought at the deadline. So what do we feel about the Cowboys now?
They're cooked. They're so cooked. My hope and my prayer is that they find out what they have in Trey Lance and don't waste them, because I think they already said they're starting Cooper Rush,
Yeah, it'll be
but
Cooper.
they gave what, it was either a fourth or a third, if I'm not wrong, for Trey Lance, and they just haven't used him. They kept him as the third string quarterback. I assume he takes practice squad reps. but just why not just put him out there? What else do you have to lose? You guys already suck enough. It's just fine.
Do you not think Trey Lance? Now, this might be me putting on my tinfoil cap. Do you think the Trey Lance acquisition was not simply to gain insight on the big bad boogeyman in San Francisco?
Okay, I think you are putting on the tin hat a little, maybe a little bit.
You think you
Yeah,
think I'm a little you think I'm reaching?
because I don't think their problem was the 49ers. I think their problem was getting past the Packers team that beat them by 40. But
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is
know.
true. The
I just think they
49ers just
got him
keep
because
getting better though.
they wanted someone younger. Because I don't think they originally were gonna re-sign Dak, but I felt like Jerry just thought they could compete, even though they really do need to go in a retooling year at least. But
I
I
don't
don't know.
I don't know what they need to retool. I mean, I'm not saying they don't need to retool, but I mean, if you look at them from a from an on paper standpoint, you have a guy in Dak Prescott, barring the injury, you have a guy in Dak Prescott who, regardless of how you feel about him, regardless if you can say, philosophically, do you think he can take them all the way? Whatever. Put that off to the side. When it comes down to it, you look at his numbers, he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. You have a always good, I mean, years and years out. I mean, over a decade from, 20 years, what I can remember with watching the Dallas Cowboys, they've always had a good offensive line. They have an elite defense. They have a pretty solid secondary last I can remember, although I don't know their stats, but I don't think they have I don't think the Cowboys are, I don't think they're no like they don't have like a reputation for having a horrible secondary right now. And they have elite receivers, or at least an elite receiver with CeeDee Lamb, and they have a really good tight end. There's not a lot of holes on this team, but when they get to the playoffs, they're first round exits. And I don't know what the answer is. I mean, honest to God, is it a culture thing? Is it a coaching thing? Is it a Jerry West thing?
It's an owner thing, 100%. The
You
Cowboys this year have been struggling. Right now, they're ranked 30th in rushing, ranked 31st in points allowed. They're ranked like
their
17th in
defense is
passing.
their defense has been that bad, huh?
Yeah,
31st in points allowed.
yeah,
Wow.
they've been allowing. Hold up, I just passed it. 28.1 points allowed.
Whew.
That's
What
that's
is
worse than
their
us. I mean,
what
our
is
defense is
their what's their air yards allowed?
air yards. That's the only like decent thing. It was 17. They've allowed 217 on
That's
average.
right. They give up a lot on the ground. That's
Yeah,
right.
the ground right now is 147.8.
Whew.
To be
Man.
fair, it's not as bad as the Panthers with 160, which is insane. Oh my god.
160 what? What was that number you
Once
said to
just
me?
160. It's
Oh,
159,
Jesus.
but I rounded up. It's a whole. That's a lot.
160 yards per game. That means they've given up more than 100. That's the average. That's unbelievable.
It's insane.
Um, yeah, Panthers, I don't even, and we can talk about the Panthers for a couple seconds if we want to later on in the episode. I don't know what the answer is with that franchise. But yeah, I mean, I think the Cowboys are cooked. I mean, hamstring injuries are some of the worst injuries you can sustain as an NFL player. Dak already wasn't a mobile quarterback, so maybe I mean I mean, you know, take that with what take that how you will. You could either say, well, he already wasn't mobile, so this hamstring injury, won't affect him after he recovers as much because he already wasn't a mobile quarterback. Or you can say, now he's even less mobile, which makes him even less elusive, which is going to make him even less effective as a passer. And I don't know what the numbers are on Dak Prescott working under pressure slash off script, but you obviously don't want guys sustaining injuries, especially not hamstring injuries. They're tough to go away. Right on his brand new contract too.
It's even worse. It looks even worse.
I know. Were you one of the people who wanted Dak on the Giants?
Hell no. I mean, I wouldn't mind them. I don't think it would have changed much. I think we would have
I
just
kind
been
of
5 and like 4, 5 and 3. It wouldn't been much better.
I kind of fanned the flames on Twitter when it was going on, and I kind of was reposting the jersey swap of Dak and a Giants jersey
I
and
know, I
everything, and I was
saw it
kind
on
of
Twitter. I liked
and I was
it.
kind of I was kind of fanning the flames a little bit, try and get a little bit of a reaction. And I'll tell you what, man, Giants fans are so fucking stupid. I mean, it's just like so easy to bait our kind, man. They just and I'm not even someone who would have hated it. Obviously I'm not gonna post jersey swaps like I'm a fanboy of Dak and I want him on the team. Do I think he's better than Daniel Jones? Yes,
100%.
but I don't want to, I don't want people out there to think that it was like, oh man, I want Dak so bad. It's just like, no, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been thrilled, but I just wanted to fan the flames a little bit. So yeah, Commanders, new juggernaut in the NFC. Jaden Daniels seems like to be the real deal, and his small frame doesn't seem to be affecting his durability, which I thought it was going to, but I'm glad it's not because you never want to see anyone get injured. And while we're on the topic of Jane Daniels, I guess this is a good segue into offensive rookie of the year talks. Um, Real quick, I can give you the rundown of who the top. What do you want? You want the top 10 or top five? What do you want?
Top 5, top 5.
Top five. Okay, top five. We have Jane Daniels at minus 1,667.
Oh,
So he is the only betting odds in the minus. Just so you know, and he's in it by a bunch. And we can go over their stats later and we can talk about it. So Jaden Daniels is at minus 1,667. Next closest in second place, tied for second place, are two quarterbacks. Bo Nix at plus 2,500 and Caleb Williams at plus 2,500. Tied for third, we have three players. We have Brock Bowers at plus 3,000, Malik Neighbors at plus 3,000, and Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors, LSU buddy, at plus 3,000. And I'll give you one more just because he'll probably be topical. At plus 4,000, we have Marvin Harrison Jr. in Arizona. We can start out with, I have their stats handy right here.
I
We can
do
start off with
as
Jane.
well.
We start off with Jane Daniels just because we were already talking about him. He's 20th in pass yards with 216.1. Or wait a minute. That's pass yards per game. He's 20th in pass yards per game with 216.1. He's 13th in total pass yards, 1,945. He's 19th in passing touchdowns with 9. He is 31st in interceptions with 2. He's 21st in rating at 106.7. He is 30th with run yards per game at 51. He's 19th with rushing touchdowns with 4. He's making 71.5% of his passes. He's averaging 8.5 yards per pass. His long is 66. He takes an average of 2 sacks a game. And I don't know what that last stat means on the real app. I don't know what that means. What does YPSA mean?
YPSA? I have no idea.
Yards passing.
YPSA?
YPSA. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Scrambling around.
Is that like a scrambling
YPSA.
yards passing scrambling average? Yard passing while scrambling average. So I guess yards. We can go with that. Yards passing while scrambling average. He's 44th. I mean, there's only 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I don't know what that
I
means
don't
then.
I don't I don't I don't know what that means. So we'll throw that out. So no real stats that stick out as. I mean, he's actually not top half in the league on anything. He is. I guess he's technically top half on passing yards, total passing yards. He's 13th in the league in passing yards total. I mean, definitely putting up a good year. Can't deny it. As a rookie, he's revitalized the franchise and definitely putting up solid numbers. I mean, nothing too crazy, nothing that is like unbelievably stellar, but he's also obviously he's done a world for Washington. Anything you feel like adding
Like there's
to
nothing
that, or
to
should we
add.
move
I
on?
think he just wins it if he stays the way he is for the whole year.
I agree.
It's kind
Yeah,
of
I think
free.
Yeah, I think especially if you look. I mean, obviously, everyone the Vegas feels the same way. I mean, he's kind of way ahead of the game. The only thing that would hurt him now is if he gets injured, and we hope that that doesn't happen. Next up, we have Bo Nix. Um, Bo Nix is a relatively surprising story. I don't think anyone expected him to be this high up in Rookie of the Year talks, but here we are. He is 27th in the league in passing yards per game, just shy of 200. 21st in total yards at 1,753. I won't run through all of these stats again. 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's not good. Let's see. Got a long of 49, and he's completing 62% of his passes. Bit of a surprising story out of Denver, don't you think?
Mostly his 4 rushing touchdowns, which I didn't realize he was that much of a runner. I know he ran
He
in
did score 4.
Oregon, but I didn't know he would run that much in the NFL at least. He
He's
has
at 32.8
295.
yards per game.
Yeah, 295 yards for this little white boy. Kind of shocking.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like watching him. He started off rough, but like this kind of like second half of the beginning, he's definitely found
Mhm.
his way. And then the Broncos look sneakily good. If they beat the Chiefs coming up, I would be so happy. That'd be
They've
so
got a
cool.
crazy good defense. They've got a crazy good
I don't
defense.
know why
If
they
they
trade
win,
Baron Browning then. It was so weird. I guess he wasn't playing as
they
much then.
he went to the Cardinals, right?
Something. Hold up. I gotta pull it up. I have it. Oh,
Yeah, I got it right
it
here. He
was the
went to the
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. I wonder why they would be selling. I mean, I guess they I mean, what's their record? I would have to see again.
5-4 for the Broncos and the
Five,
Cardinals.
5-4, they're in it.
Yeah, they're 5-4.
So I mean, they're not the head of their division by any means because they're in the same
No,
division as the Chiefs, but
Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chargers are like
well,
6-3.
they're only a half a game. They're 5-3. They're only a half a
Oh,
game
they're
up on
five
them.
three. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
They
Yeah, but they're
they
gonna be
played
6-3. They play the Titans.
I don't know. Don't Will Levis will be back in under center
Oh, I
for
can't wait for the meme of the week. Oh my god, I can't wait.
I know, dude. And he's got to hit a pose in every single thing.
He's the reason to watch
Um
football right now. I won't lie. He's my goat.
do you want to run through Caleb Williams stats?
Sure. Caleb Williams, he's 1665, 23rd in passing yards. He's tied 19th in touchdowns with 9, tied 61st with interceptions with about 5. QBR is 42.0. His completion percentage is very low, actually 61.4.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I see problem with him. Just his inconsistency, his accuracy. Because like Jaden Daniels is 71 point something, 71.5. It's very impressive for a rookie.
10% more of his passes. And Caleb Williams' best performance was against Carolina. Everything else has been kind of mid. I mean, he played well against Jacksonville, but everything else has been
I mean, he had a good game against the Rams. He just didn't throw it that much. He was accurate enough. He only missed 6 passes. Same with against the Jags. Damn, he had a good game against the Jags. It's the Jaguars. Never mind. Who cares?
He's got the
Suck.
worst passer rating in the NFL.
Is he actually? I did not realize.
44th.
Oh wow.
83.
I guess
83
that
is his
makes
passer
sense
rating.
because of the
Somehow
interceptions, the
Daniel
accuracy.
somehow Daniel Jones has actually a really good rating. So I really don't understand how they go with rating because Daniel Jones has a good one. I don't really know what to say about that.
It's because
So
he's the goat.
who that stat must not mean anything.
It's because he's the
So what do you feel
goat.
about what do you think about Caleb Williams? Is his talents not translating well to the NFL? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's just a rough start because the last 4 games or the first couple of games, 4-2. I think they lost the last 2 actually. Did they? Can't see it. It's not showing. Yeah, they lost the last 2. I don't know. The Bears are a weird team. Thought they would be a lot better. They just look a lot better on paper. Maybe he is just struggling under a new head coach and a new regime because it is just different. Takes a
It's
while.
also it's also Eberflus, like
Eberflus.
a guy who should not be a head coach in the NFL anymore.
That's true.
Definitely shouldn't have introduced your franchise defining quarterback into a Matt Eberflus regime. Definitely don't think that was a good move by Chicago, but it is what it is for them. What about Brock Bowers? What do you got for Brock Bowers?
Oof. Brock Bowers. I don't have.
I know he's been I have it right here if you want. He's been an absolute demon on my brother's fantasy team.
Oh yeah, because he's been picking it up. He's almost leading the league in receiving yards for rookies. He's
Yeah, it
around
is.
2 touchdowns,
Mhm.
580. He's been looking really good. I mean, I knew he was gonna be good. I just felt bad for him because he went to the Raiders, who already had a good tight end and Michael Mayer. But they used them
Mhm.
both pretty respectfully.
That's
I
right.
don't-
They drafted two tight ends in the first round in a row, right?
yeah, back to back years because they got Michael Mayer. He fell, and everyone's like, "Why'd he fall?" And then they got
Yeah.
Brock Bowers, and I was like, "Why'd they draft him?" And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. That's cool." I mean, he's
They
working
wanted
out
to
for them. He looks good. He looks like a great
they
tight
want
end.
I remember when people were telling me that Gardner Minshew was their long-term solve. And I just laughed at them.
You don't
They'll
believe in
never go
Minshew
any.
mania?
I believe in Minshew mania. I don't believe in Gardner Minshew. I think Minshew mania is real, and Minshew mania only happens twice a game against the best team in the NFL,
Oh,
or
that's so
twice a
true.
year against the best team in the NFL. It does not happen for all 17 games. It does not. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think you throw him in when you play against the Chiefs or something. Have they played the Chiefs yet?
I think they already
Actually,
lost, but it was really close.
oh,
I think I watched
well,
that game too.
there you go. See, it was close.
Minshew
We'll go over
mania.
one more, and we'll just talk about it because it's topical. We could go over Brian Thomas Jr. Um, but I would rather go over Malik Neighbors because I know more about him. So Malik Neighbors, 15th in total yards, 557, 33rd in yards per game with just shy of 80, three touchdowns, long of 39. Tied for second in the NFL in targets with 12 targets per game, and tied for second in receptions in the NFL with 8 per game. Hasn't translated to as many touchdowns as you would expect
It's because we
as
haven't
a
been able to get
primary
the
target.
deep ball at all. I feel like he's dropped like not dropped, missed, maybe dropped like a couple of touchdowns because our deep ball
Mhm.
game is horrible. That's why his long is only like 39. You said 29, 39,
39.
39. But he
And
also
and
missed two
and,
games as well. We
and
could
you
have
know
had
the
used
thing
him.
and the thing is the deep ball game, how much of that is Daniel Jones throwing 5 yards behind Malik Neighbors?
All of it.
So I mean, if you get the ball in this guy's hands in stride, I think it'll be a different situation. So all I mean, obviously this talk is a little bit not much point in it because I think Jaden Daniels is the shoe in as long as he stays healthy. I think he could be captain mid for the rest of the season, but as long as he gets to the end of the season healthy, I think he'll win Rookie of the Year. Um, but tell us what you guys think on Twitter or on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Actually, we're not on Apple Podcasts. Don't look for us on Apple Podcasts. Don't do that.
Not
Or on
yet.
Spotify or on YouTube. We will be on Apple Podcasts eventually. Although I don't think many people listen to podcasts on there anyway, but we'll be there anyway. Um, tell us what you think in the comments on YouTube or on Twitter. And let's see what else we had on the docket. I think we wanted to talk about something else. Did we want to talk about? Yeah, we wanted to go over all of the trade deadline moves. So which one stood out to you?
Standard. The
Which
only
one
one,
standed?
uh, Marshawn Lattimore mostly, just because it kind of shows that the Commanders think that they're gonna make a run at the playoffs because that's kind of like a win now move. 'Cause he's an
Hmm.
old Pro Bowl corner. He's a little bit older. He's 27, so he is getting up there. He is expensive. Makes a lot of sense for them because their secondary did need help because I don't know how much they trust Emmanuel Forbes, and I don't know their other corners like Brian St. Juice, I believe, still plays for them, which is astounding.
And fucking who's chicken legs that they drafted?
chicken. Is that not Emmanuel Forbes? Because I feel like
Yeah,
he looks
Emmanuel
like a
Forbes.
star.
Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah.
I hate that guy. He's annoying. But yeah, I thought that's like
um,
the biggest trade I see out of the trade deadline so far because they give up a lot to get him.
what did they give up specifically? What are the details? I don't have the details for some reason.
I had it, but I lost it. Commanders, Marshawn.
Um,
That's Commanders trade.
Sorry, we're totally not professional. We totally should have already had this in
I have
front of
too
us.
many damn tabs open. Okay.
Yeah, I got like a bajillion tabs.
They gave up a third, a fourth, and a sixth round pick in the 2025 NFL draft.
A third and a fourth and a sixth. Man.
Yep.
And Joe Shane said no, huh? That's crazy. This isn't a show about the Giants. It's just a show where we randomly interject things that we dislike about the Giants. Yeah, that's a bit. I think third and fourth round pick are very valuable, but I don't think the Saints got his true value. I think the Saints are just trying to sell and try and get as many volume draft picks as possible. I think if they ended up getting a second round pick for Marshawn Lattimore, I wouldn't have been surprised. But a third and a fourth is pretty good. And yeah, and you're right. Commanders are definitely in the win now mindset. They definitely think they can make a playoff run, and they haven't given us a reason to think that they can't. So they might. I mean, they're clearly the best team in the NFC East right now, better than the Eagles, even though the Eagles are only one game. They've only won one less game. I think the Commanders are clearly the better team. I think Khalil Herbert to the Bengals is relatively interesting. I think Zadarius Smith to the Lions is interesting. Um, Mike Williams to the Steelers, I think, is actually kind of interesting. I was surprised that the Jets gave up Mike Williams, but then when you look at the how the Jets have been performing, I guess I don't.
I mean, he wasn't even playing for them in the Texans game, really. I think he went out and he got maybe like one target and he played like 3 snaps, I think. He didn't do anything
Yeah,
because I
but
don't think Aaron Rodgers even cared anymore. He doesn't trust him. Not going to throw
I
him the
don't think
ball.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers cares about the sport of football anymore.
He's just
I
there
think
to
Aaron.
get high and hang out with Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants to just do his funky little handshake with Sauce before every game. Um, pedal his way through some football, and then go on the Pat McAfee show the next day and talk shit about Democrats. I think that's his end goal right now. So, but you know what? More power to him. Tre'Davious White to the Ravens. That was an interesting move.
Totally
Um,
forgot he was on the Rams. I feel like I've watched a Rams game and not registered that he was there.
mhm. How have his stats been? Let me see.
I don't think he's done much, but he's just done good enough to where he's been like a, a worthy starter because he doesn't have an interception, which that doesn't matter. I don't think he's
Yeah.
allowed that many receptions.
Did he not play? Hmm. Did he only play weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Probably. I think he was injured for a
Okay.
little bit. I don't remember exactly what the injury was, but I think he was out
Gotcha.
because Rams had like a shit ton of injuries for a while.
Yeah.
I
That's
think he
the
was like one of
team
them.
that they that's a team where everyone thought they were going to move Cooper Cup, and then they thought they were going to move Matthew Stafford, and then they didn't move those guys, which I think they should have.
I mean, I think they're fine. I think they just had injuries. Too many.
Yeah, but I think you got a guy in Matthew Stafford who's getting old. You have a guy in Cooper Cup who's getting old, and they're in the hardest division in the entire NFL. Um, hardest. I mean, because just simply because they're in there with the Chiefs. You know, obviously
Rams?
they still think they can win. Sorry, not no. I'm sorry. I was staring at the freaking
I
I
was
was
like the
staring
Rams. They're
I was
with the
on the wrong thing.
Cardinals, the
I was staring
49ers,
at
and the
I was
Seahawks.
staring at the wrong thing because I was looking at I meant the 49ers, but I was staring at the AFC because I saw the Chargers in front of me, and
Oh,
I
okay.
Chargers and Rams. So I was looking at Chargers thinking I was looking at Rams, but I wasn't, and I completely spaced. They're in the they are in a hard division with the 49ers, but they have been underperforming, and that's actually quite a surprise. Who thought the Cardinals were going to be top of their division in the NFC
Me,
West?
me, me, me. I love Kyler Murray. He's my favorite player to watch. He's so
Kyler's
fun.
great.
The little guy who runs around like a child. It's so funny.
Yeah, I love him. He's so fun. I think he I mean, do you think he can bring them a Super Bowl? Do you think he can take them all the way? And put your bias aside, do you think Kyler Murray, all 4'7" of Kyler Murray, can bring them a championship?
The team will never be good enough because their defense plays on high hopes and good teamwork. They have like one of the
Mhm.
worst pass rushes in the league, but they're still winning because they just have a great team oriented defense. Power of friendship.
Power of friendship. Hey, that Trey McBride is really good. Very good
Yeah,
tight end. Um, I know I suggested we talk a little bit about Mahomes' devil magic if we wanted
Tuck.
to.
Hopes
Um,
devil.
is it Mahomes' devil magic, his ability to make plays? I don't think so because he hasn't been playing out of
Good
his
at
gourd.
all. He's just been mid.
He is playing mid. I think the devil magic is the whistle that he gets because dear God, they have missed so many calls against the Chiefs. It's unbelievable.
To be fair, it's just been against anyone. Because the Ravens Bengals game, final
They're
drive, and the 2 point conversion, they missed like three face masks, missed two
all
roughing
in
the
one frame.
passwords. It was so funny. I love that picture. It's like they have
That's a
three
great
face
picture.
masks in one frame. Crazy. No flags. Crazy. The defensive holding on Mike Gesicki. Crazy. It was just
Yeah,
like
dude.
everywhere, and I was like, "Damn,
I
this
mean,
sucks."
even with the Giants. Did you remember the game that I think it was like was it against the Seahawks? Was it the Seahawks game where there was like zero contact, but they called offensive pass interference? Or it wasn't zero contact. It was I think it was Theo Johnson
Oh yes, yes, yes.
who got face masked, and then he got called for offensive pass interference or something like that.
Yeah, because it was like his first touchdown. I was like, "Oh, nice." And then they called it
Yeah,
back, and I was like, "Oh, sad."
I'm like, what the fuck? Like they literally they made the call on the wrong guy.
And I just remember the whole time the announcer was like, that was not what they should have done. They missed. They said the oh, they're like, whatever. Let's move on." I was like,
Yeah,
"Huh? What?" So
I
pissed.
was I almost shut the TV off right then and there. Mickey Mouse League, Mickey Mouse League.
Mickey Mouse everything. I'm done.
Everything is Mickey Mouse.
Moving to the USFL. I'm cooked.
Oh man, I think we covered a pretty good amount. Well, how are we on time? How are we on time?
38.
38 minutes. Did you want to go over uh predictees for the weekend, and then we
Sure, we can do the
can
schedule predictions. You gonna write it down so we can tally scores?
do you want to write it down because I'm gonna pull up the schedule.
Sure. Open up my notes.
I don't know. I'm gonna be up really early tomorrow to watch the Giants in Munich. You better be up early.
Oh, I'm being up. My dad asked me, he's like, "What time do you want me to wake you up?" I'm like, "Wake me up at 8, whatever."
I'm gonna be up before then. I'll try and be up at like 7.
No, I am not waking up earlier than that. Every day this week, I've not been able to sleep at all.
I gotta get my
Because,
coffee in.
oh, your coffee? Cup of
And then
coffee?
my fucking coffee, mate.
No, I'm going to have a spot of tea.
A sporty.
Gonna drink it, be nice.
Drink it, be nice with sugar
I'm gonna
in
kill
it.
myself.
Do you have the means to write it down?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So game 1. Oh, Clippers are up on the Raptors. 1 up on the Raptors with 3 minutes left. Oh my god.
I
Anyway,
hope you lose.
I'm a Clippers fan for anyone here who doesn't know. Fuck you.
No one
Lakers fan.
asked. I
Literally no one asked. That is the
mean,
most.
looking
That is
around, no one
for me.
asked.
Someone saying they're a Clippers fan is legitimately the most no one asked moment of all
I've
time.
still never been a Clippers fan in real life until like you and
When
my
you met me,
dad.
man. Your dad's a
Sadly,
Clippers fan? Your
yeah.
dad is based as fuck.
I always make fun of him because all his teams haven't won a championship in a long time because he's also a
It,
Padres fan. So
ooh, I like the Padres.
he's just cooked.
Is he watching the Clippers game right now?
No, I think he just went to bed.
Okay,
He
yeah.
has to. Well, we have to wake up early, so
It's tough to be up to watch Clippers games sometimes. Any team out west. Anyway, first game, 9:30 in the morning tomorrow in Munich, Germany. Giants Panthers. Punishment for the war still. Um who do you got here? I have Giants.
I have Giants as well. Because if we lose, I might end it all and not
Mhm.
watch a single rate game for the rest of the year and just cry. I think I will. It will be the lowest low point in a while.
If we lose to the Panthers in Munich, Germany, there's no shot Daniel Jones will ever play another game for the New York Giants franchise.
I would hope we would see Tommy DeVito the rest of the year. I want at least
Absolutely.
to have
I don't
some
want to see live.
enjoyment, please.
Yeah. I want to see the Paisano sling it. I want to see him sling it. Giants, we both got Giants. Broncos, Chiefs. Do the Chiefs meet their win streak end with the Bo Nix led Denver Broncos?
I honestly think I might take the Broncos because I like taking the upsets every now and then.
Okay. I'm
Because
going
I
to take
think
the
their
Chiefs.
defense will be good enough. It's more of just can they keep up or even outscore Mr. Patty Mahomes and Andy Reid.
And that's the thing. I don't think they can. I think the Broncos are going to put I think it's going to be a low scoring game that ultimately the Chiefs will end up winning. I'm going to say a 14-10 kind of game and I think the Chiefs will end up winning it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Steelers Commander 6-2 Steelers versus 7-2 or 6-2 Steelers versus 7-2 Commanders. What do we think there?
I honestly just think Pittsburgh's better. I think their defense will finally shut down this very efficient Washington offense. Even though
Mm-hmm.
I do like Washington, I just what Russ and this defense has been doing since he's taken over for Justin Fields has added a new element to the Steelers team. They look like a contender, which is kind of crazy.
They kind of do, which is crazy. To think that Kenny Pickett was the ailment to
I
them.
mean,
Everyone liked.
I could have said that.
Well, a lot of people like Kenny Pickett. Don't get it twisted. There were people who liked Kenny Pickett. There were some Steelers fans who liked him, but I think they might have liked him in like the way that some Giants fans like Daniel Jones. So who knows? I take the Commanders. It's kind of wishful thinking because out of all of the evils in the NFC, I would rather that the Commanders won the NFC East than the Eagles. So I'm gonna hope that the Commanders cement their lead even further, and I'm gonna say Commanders win.
What's her?
Vikings Jaguars. Sam Darnold and the Vikings. The 6-2 Sam Darnold led Vikings and the 2-7 Daniel Jones with long hair led Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-7. Who do you got here?
It's kind of weird. I want to take Jackson. I don't know why. They've been in like every game recently. They just haven't won, obviously.
You think they figure it out against Minnesota?
Knowing Doug Peterson and his weird kink for starting off in a negative record and then somehow going 9-8, I could see them winning this. I'm gonna take
I'll go.
the Jacksonville Jack.
I'll be with you. I'll be with you on that one. I'll also take the upset. I'll say that Jacksonville figures it out and they take it. They take it to them. I'll go Jacksonville as well. Falcons Saints. I think this one's easy. I think this is Falcons all day long.
Oh yeah, big Kirko chains. His shrimp.
Kirko doesn't have Marshawn Lattimore to worry about anymore now, so it should just be free feasting to Drake London and Bijan Robinson should feast. I think it's gonna
Kyle
be. I think he's
Pitts,
gonna
the best tight
be LOL.
end.
That's all I have to say is LOL. Dude, you want to talk about a sleeper tight end? How about this Cade Otton in Tampa?
Oh
You
yeah,
want to talk
he's
about a
been great.
sleeper? He's been awesome. He's been awesome on my fantasy team. Part of it is because every single Tampa receiver has gotten injured, and they just need to throw to
No, no,
somebody.
no, no, no.
But I think, but
Mike Evans will be back soon.
no, I just mean recently.
Yeah.
Maybe Cade Otton has gotten more passes thrown to him because they have literally fucking nobody else.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield is struggling. I go Falcons here.
I went Falcons as well.
Speaking of Bucks, we got 49ers and their decimated receiver core against the Buccaneers and their decimated receiver core. So really, I think this is up for grabs. Maybe it comes down to the run game. Who knows? Well, Christian McCaffrey is coming back, I think, in this
I
game.
have a
So
prediction. Christian McCaffrey's gonna play one series and he's gonna crumble like a brittle piece of paper.
you think he's gonna get injured again?
There is no way he is healthy. They
You don't
did
think?
some weird shit because I know they sent him overseas to see like a special doctor just to get cleared to play, and that is the sussiest thing ever. I am gonna take the Bucks.
Bro's
Not
being
to-
held together by duct tape and wishful thinking.
exactly.
I will also say the Bucks because not that I think there's any devil magic going on with Christian McCaffrey, but more so I think that he's going to be on a snap count and he won't just be on he won't be much of a factor. I think Gorendo is going to have another game kind of for himself because I think he's a pretty good rookie running back, but I also say the Bucks because I think they're sneakily good and I think their 4-5 record is misleading. I think they're better than that. Bills Colts. Josh Allen and his just awful receivers, just everyone's bad, is somehow leading the team to being 7-2, and then the Joe Flacco led Colts. Who do we think?
Bills easily.
Bills easily, even though
Bills
Keon
easily.
Coleman has been terrible.
No, he's been all right. He hasn't been
Have
great,
you,
but he's been all right. I've watched the
those
game.
drops have been egregious though.
But they got Amari Cooper now, and he's been there for enough time that he hopefully
True.
understands the offense.
I really forgot about Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't show up on that trade thing that you sent me because I guess
Oh,
it
that's
just
because
didn't
it
happen.
was before the trade deadline.
It was before the trade deadline, so yeah, I guess
It
it
was like
didn't
week
show up.
6 or week 7. It was like the same time
Yeah,
as Devontae.
that's right. It happened a while ago. So yeah, no, that's oh yeah, Devon, dude, that's also another.
Then
A
Kansas
D
City
Hop,
got D Hop. Yeah.
D Hop is oh my god, I'm so happy for D Hop. I mean, I'm not happy that the Chiefs are winning, but I'm happy for D Hop because I like him.
He had 2 touchdowns in their last win. He looks so good.
I know, dude. He was sitting on my fantasy bench.
You cooked yourself.
Well, who? Why would I think he would be that good in like his first
Who'd
game?
you start over of then, huh? Who'd you start over?
Real quick, let me look.
It better have been
Let me
worth
think.
it because there ain't no way you started someone over.
I think I lost that matchup, but I don't think D Hop would have helped me. I started Brian Thomas Jr.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, actually, wait. Oh, no, I didn't. You know who I started?
Who?
I picked up Deontay Johnson off of waivers
Okay. Ain't no
because
way you started Deontay
because
Johnson in
because
his first week with the Ravens.
I
No.
I thought he was gonna cook. I
He
thought he
didn't
was
do
gonna cook.
shit.
He didn't. I think he dropped 0. Didn't he get 0?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah, he
played
got
3
0.
snaps. I think I saw a
Yeah,
stat. He played 3 snaps and got 0 targets.
yeah, no targets. Yeah, so I
He was
played
out there to run. He ran around, did nothing.
Yeah, I thought Deontay Johnson was gonna have a bigger day, so I started him. So definitely not worth it. I don't think I remembered looking and thinking to myself and knowing that it wouldn't have mattered because I was losing pretty bad, but overall it still sucked to see that I had kept D Hop on the bench. So it was still a bad move either way. Um. Oh, so for that game, I have the Bills as well. I think the
Yeah.
Bills are gonna fuck up Joe Flacco. Patriots Bears, weird matchup. Caleb Williams versus Drake May. A lot of people might be tuning in because these are two of the high rookie quarterbacks that were going. But all in all, both these teams are pretty bad, so it'll be the battle of mid either way. But what do you think?
I would hope Chicago wins. This is like one of the games they should win. At home, they've been struggling, so this would be hopefully their bounce back game after dropping 2 in a row. But you never know. I'm still gonna take Chicago.
I'm gonna take the Pats. I think the Pats are gonna. I think Drake May's gonna figure it out. I think he's shown some life. Go with the Pats here. Although the Pats did just trade Jonathan Mingo, right?
No, the Pats didn't trade shit.
Oh wait a minute, Mingo wasn't a Pat. He was
The
a
Panther.
Panther. Never mind. He was a Panther. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah. It's
Um,
cooked.
I'm cooked.
You're cooked.
I am cooked. No ball knowledge. I was over here saying that the
Holy
freaking
ball.
Rams were with the Chiefs, and I'm now saying Mingo was on the Patriots. I'm cooked, man.
I just can see the meme of the elite ball knowledge. It's just LeBron James in a suit. Cooked.
That's fucked up. I am going Pats though.
Okay.
Titans Chargers.
Snooze
Chargers.
fest. Snooze fest.
Snooze fest. Let's just make our picks. Move on. I'm going Chargers.
Oh wait, I put Los Angeles twice. What? There's 2 LA teams. Put Chargers instead. Chargers. There we go. Okay.
Eagles Cowboys.
Snooze fest. Cowboys get
Not.
cooked.
I think Cowboys get cooked only because Dak Prescott is dead.
He's not even going to be at the game. He's going to be watching from the couch, jerking off.
Yeah, I think Jesus Christ. I had like a really bad image in my head. I had like the Drake. I had the Drake leak in my head, but it was Dak Prescott.
And he's obviously doing it on a Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, the Tempur-Pedic.
My sleep number helps me.
Oh, that's fucked up. I don't even want to pick anything. I guess I'll say Eagles. Fuck it. I'll go Eagles. I hope Saquon Barkley for some reason gets benched for Will Shipley, and I hope Will Shipley runs for 250 yards and wins the game.
You just want to see the little white boy go. I understand.
I'm a Clemson fan. I liked Will Shipley, and I hated it that he went to the Eagles, but whatever. Jets Cardinals. Let's go Cardinals. I think we're both gonna go Cardinals here.
Oh yeah, easily. I love the Cardinals.
Lions Texans. Texans underperforming. CJ Stroud been a little iffy. He's been a little iffy.
It's Jared Goff's canon event. He's winning MVP this year. He's going to the promised land. He's gonna flip off Sean McVay on the way.
You think he's winning MVP?
Oh, 100%. If he continues and excels, because recently he hasn't had to throw the ball as much because of just how good their running backs have been. But if they have a game where they get in a shootout and he has to throw more, I think he's just gonna put up better numbers. It's gonna be better for his MVP case.
I think the Kansas City officiating crew should win MVP. And that's the Sunday night game. Lions Texans. That's the Sunday night game. Great Sunday night game. Monday night game will be the last game we'll cover. There's only one Monday night game, thank God. I've been hating these double Monday night games. I've been hating it. And then they have to show that. They've been showing that stupid little scoreboard in the top right corner that shows you what's going on. Dude, shut up, dude.
Screen, and you're like, I don't want that there.
Shut up. I don't care about the other trash-ass Monday night game. Dolphins, Rams, LOL snooze fest. Tua's back. So I'll go Dolphins. I think Tyreek finally starts getting back into what he was doing. Let's go! Let's go! Clippers beat the Raptors.
Wow,
let's go.
who would have thought that? Wow.
They beat him by 2 points.
Wow,
they beat him by 2 points.
It's the Raptors. Woo.
Yeah, guess who's got more wins than the Lakers, pussy boy? Huh? Guess who's got more wins than the
we suck.
Lakers?
We suck.
Yeah, Bronny James is terrible.
Well, yeah, obviously. Why do you think he's in the G League?
Oh, is he not even on their active roster?
No, he played the first
Oh,
couple of
okay.
the games for like 2 minutes, I think, just because they wanted that. Ooh, cool, Brody picture, yay, happy
Yeah.
G League, have fun. You're starting down there.
Oh my god, dude! I don't think he'll ever be good. I saw some sus moments from Bronny James.
It's okay. Best case scenario, he becomes a role player who puts up like the mid stats that they're okay with.
I
Ninth
don't know how
man.
you can. I don't know how you can have the literal greatest basketball player of all time as your father and not be at least
He's
somewhat good
literally
at the game of
inside of you.
basketball.
How are you this fat?
You literally have his blood coursing through your veins.
You came out of his cubbies. You have to be God. Come on.
You were in LeBron's balls.
It's okay. His other son surely will be better. I
Wait
think
a
he
minute.
will.
Hold on.
Hold on. What?
When Bronny James was conceived, what season of LeBron James' career was that?
Well, you got to do the
We
math. How old is
Yeah,
he?
we gotta figure. Yeah, hold on. So Bronny James is 20 years old. So in the year of '04, what was LeBron James's stat line?
Uh,
LeBron
it
James.
was when he. It was his rookie year, so 20,
That was
20.
that's right. That was his rookie year. Oh my god,
He
dude. That was
averaged
'04.
20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.7 blocks. That was the year he took that rookie year from Melo. So Melo had better stats.
You were literally conceived during LeBron James's
Rookie of the year.
rookie of the year, rookie season. And he played in his first All-Star game during his rookie year. And you are in the G League. That's crazy, man.
Hey, watch him win G League MVP or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is actually. It's something
You
like that. I don't
just
know.
get like a notification that says Bronny James has won like the Pepto Bismol Player of the Week.
Then I'll be like, wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. Wow.
Bronny James dropped 12 points against Chinese Taipei and is now the Pepto Bismol Player of the Week. What's that Australian team, the Snake team?
I have no idea.
Hold on. Australian basketball.
Some b-ball.
It was the Taipans. The Taipans. They're the
Tie
snakes.
pants? Oh,
The the Karn Taipans. Yeah. I think it's funny whenever they have like the exhibition games between like NBA preseason teams and they play against like the Australian League teams. It's always funny because it's always like a massacre. It's always like 160-40.
damn. Why is Norman Powell carrying your team?
He's the GOAT. Norman Powell's the GOAT.
Ain't no way. I did not
He's the
realize he was
GOAT.
cooking that much.
He's cooking.
Damn,
Norman
James
Powell
Harden's
is
a bum.
cooking.
What is this guy doing?
James Harden has been pretty bad. Dude, Norman Powell. I was trying to tell people all last year, Norman Powell's a bucket. Why is he coming off the bench? Get him in the starting role. Powell's a bucket, certified bucket, baby. And they never started him. He's finally in a starting role only because Kawhi is injured. And what's he do? He fucking balls. He's
Put up
the
24
GOAT.
tonight. He was pretty good.
He's the GOAT. He is so good. He dropped 24 tonight.
Yeah,
Dude, he leads the league in points. He's literally the top. He's the number one he's the number one he's like the highest odds to win MVP currently.
that's not gonna stick. We know that.
No, it's not going to stick at all. But he is number 1 in MVP racing, which is I mean, I personally feel validated
Okay.
because I was telling everyone Norman Powell's a Bucky, and he should be fucking starting. And now that he finally is, he's cooking. And I knew it. And I knew it would happen. James Harden, 34 minutes, 24 points. What do you mean? What's he do? Well, 5 for 17.
Yeah. What do you mean? What does he do? You gotta look at the
Yeah,
shooting.
12 free throws.
That is the most Harden stat line ever.
Vintage Harden, baby. Vintage.
The beard, fear the
Vintage.
beard. He's back.
Beard, vintage. What was Powell? He was plus or minus 0, 3 for 6 from Disty, 7 for 14. He shot for 50%. That's pretty good. Look at dude, Norm Cooks. He's so good, man. Kevin Porter Jr. put up 15. No way. Kevin Porter Jr. has been so fucking bad, and he's finally starting to get his rhythm. Nick Batum plus 16. What the fuck, dude? The French Batum battalion, baby.
Okay.
Anyway, we got sidetracked. We talked about. I think what we need to do. We need to make this tradition. We have like 10 minutes to talk about the Clippers at the end of every episode.
No one wants to talk about the Clippers at the end of every
I
episode.
want to talk about the Clippers, motherfucker.
Yeah, but no one else wants to talk about the Clippers.
Oh man, that's funny. Everyone got pissed off when the Clippers supported the Chargers. The Clippers are now Chargers fans, and everyone got mad. I don't know why. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to add? You want anything you want to briefly talk about before we sign off?
Nah. Except for that the Clippers are mid.
They're not mid. Kawhi's coming back soon. Everyone, thank you for tuning in to the Getting the Stop podcast. My name is Derek. That was Sasson. We're going to start trying to record things a little bit more consistently now that the World Series is over and Saspen's not puking all over his chest. Mom spaghetti. And now that we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the season, I'm going to be up really early in about 6 hours to get ready to watch the Giants play Munich.
Eventual. It's older. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, I don't want to wake up to watch I forgot the time. It's gonna be so early. I'm just gonna watch this shit game in the morning.
I know, dude. We're gonna be so tired just to wake up. It's gonna be like, you know, that SpongeBob meme where it's just like his eyes are all crusty and he's just like staring at the TV
he's
in the
that
dark.
aftershave and he's just cooked on the
Yes,
chair.
yeah, that's gonna be us. We're totally just gonna be. Wait a minute. If you wait, hold on. What is my? Can the people see my Discord profile picture?
Yes.
That's gonna be both of us. That's gonna be just trash can SpongeBob. Just be both
Having
of
a
us
beer
watching
in
the
the
game
morning
tomorrow.
too, and you can't stop me.
I just ran out of beer the other night. I don't have beer.
I just bought a bottle of Jack Daniels. I'm ready.
Let's
I'm
fucking
down
go.
the whole thing, watching the game.
I low key got wasted a couple nights ago. I drank 3 beers and I finished off my bottle of gin, so I got kind of cooked a couple nights ago.
Ain't no way,
Dude.
I
And
haven't been cooked in a while.
It was literally on a Thursday. Wait, it was this passing Thursday.
Why?
It was Thursday.
You just did it by yourself?
Wanted to.
Felt like it.
Wanted to.
Fair enough, I guess.
I wanted to. I'm an adult. I wanted to.
I'm a big kid. You can't stop me. Who goes stop me?
In my defense, I was left unsupervised.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Where's the adult? You ain't the real one.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the Getting the Stop podcast. My name is Derek, and his name is
Sahipin.
And we will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.
Roll outro music.
Start shaking some ass.